Gentil. Voilà,
Donc,
la parole est à vous. Et le partage d'écran aussi.
donc, la première chose, c'est remercier l'invitation de l'Université de Perpignan pour faire cette présentation sur le pape Bou Ferrer. Je suis désolé, il fait quelques années que je n'ai parlé français rien de rien. Donc, je ne me trouve fort pour faire une complète conférence. Également, je le ferai en anglais, mais mon anglais, c'est très facile et simple. Donc, je crois que tout le monde sera capable de comprendre la présentation. Et après, si c'est quelques questions en français, je crois que je le peux comprendre. Donc, avec votre permis, okay. Okay, is it working? Yeah. Okay, now I'm changing my language. I'm going to try to give you a complete view of the Bou Ferrer research. It is a research that on difference with Formigues is going on for 10 years and a big team. So we are in a step forward on the Formigues 2 shipwreck. And then I'm going to try to give you in every single image a lot of information, maybe a lot. I could be talking about the Bou Ferrer for hours, but I will try to summarize everything and give you the biggest points of the research. So I'm going to talk about the story of the research, how the things happen, and why we are here today. I'm going to talk about the amphoras. I'm going to talk about the lead ingots, things about the chronology, things about the shipbuilding itself, some hypotheses we are working now, and things related to the road. Okay. Okay. So Bou Ferrer. Okay. It jumped one. So the Bou Ferrer was discovered in the year 2000. It was a chance find by two divers. They were diving in an area, and this is a real common story. The anchor was traveling, and then was hooked on the shipwreck. And when they tried to get it free, they discovered the wreck. It was something really, really common. It's not the first time that happens. But the difference is that in this time, Jose Bou and Antoine Ferrer, they did something not really common. That was declare the discover. And in a kind of honor to them, the authorities put their surnames to the shipwreck names, and that's why we have this even complicated to pronounce for us, Bou Ferrer shipwreck, because it's just these surnames of the discoverers. Okay, when we did the first inspection in the year 2001, what we found was something absolutely different of where we were used in the period, because it was not the first Roman period wreck we have in the area of Valencian region, but of course no one of them was so big as it was this one, and even we didn't know the real size that we know today. Okay, so what we found was a kind of mountain in the sea bottom of amphoras. It was about 20 meters long, 8 meters beam. So it was something, and 1.5 meters high. It was impressive. It was a kind of tumulus of amphoras. And the first thing we noticed is that every single amphora was identical. It was a complete homogeneous cargos. Only Dressel 711 in this kind of pack Vetic amphoras, and we didn't find and didn't see anything different on that moment. Okay, as happening for Migas too. Okay, as soon people get the info about the new discovery, the looting started. So we try to protect it as best as we could, because it's not that easy. In the middle of the sea, there's many examples of other wrecks that try to protect and they failed. Okay, in our case, it worked, not perfectly, but at least it from then to now, since then to now, it's not that easy to get to the water, take some amphoras, and go away. Now the metal grids and the nets are making that a bit more complicated. I would say it works. It was, and also the protection as is happening in the Formigas too. The protection of the Guardia Civil, which is or marine police in Spain, they are doing a really, really good work protecting the wreck. Okay, the survey, the research started in a European project called Answer. It was a European project with many partners, also with French colleagues, and there were done some tests that prepare what was the first real campaign in the year 2006. 2006 and 2007, we did the first excavation missions in the wreck, and we discovered that we were wrong. We were wrong in our idea of how to excavate that wreck because it was so big. So as we were younger than now, we prepare an excavation following the Xavier Nieto's methodology, thinking in layers, horizontal layers. And we were working for 2 months. We got something close to 2,000 amphoras, and we did not learn anything because we were just taking amphoras. So we discovered that this wreck was so big, and we decided, Franca Civechini and myself, to change the approach and start to make a statistical study of the wreck. We mean doing several trends to get the possibility to arrive to the bottom of the wreck, as we are going to see. Anyway, we have been working in these trends for between 2012 and 2017, which is a lot of time. The wreck is in 24 to 27 meters. It's not that deep, but it's not that easy too. Okay, we need to do a lot of dives to put forward the excavation. Okay, and in the last years before COVID, now we have stopped the excavation to do some publications. Before COVID, we started to open a new trench in the stern area that I'm going to show you quickly. Okay, about the amphoras. We have been talking about that they were just one model, one type of amphoras versus 711. It's not that easy. In fact, the study that Franca Civechini is doing was that there's a kind of container, a kind of amphora, which is the Dressel 11. There are so many discussions inside of the bibliography about the profile of this form, but I will say that we can agree that leveling this amphora like Dressel 11 and saying that is the most common type in the Bou Ferrer wreck is something absolutely okay. This amphoras has been commented before about the Tituli Picti. I can say you that more than 700 units has been extracted to the museum in our trench, because we are talking, as I'm going to explain you, we are talking about a very, very big vessel. And only five of them, we found the cartella where the Tituli Picti are written. Okay, of course, the ink is gone. There's nothing. Only we have the cartella to do the painting. So those amphoras appear in an excellent sediment layer, okay, where the preservation of the organics are perfect, excellent. I mean with that it is not that the tituli are gone. We are absolutely sure that only some amphoras of the whole cargo were identified, were checked, were fiscal controlled with this tituli. Okay, this is absolutely surprising thing, mostly when we compare with the lead ingots I'm going to show you later. Okay, here you have an image of the museum in the year 2007 with the results of that mission I commented you before, where we got a lot of amphoras and didn't learn anything about the wreck, just amphoras. And we started to follow a methodology that Gael Piquet designed to understand and know more about the content of the amphoras. Because at the beginning of the excavation, everyone thought about salsamenta. I mean, salt fish, okay, in the amphoras, like, for example, Sud Perduto du Brec, which is in Corsica. But in this case, we started to find that every single amphora have a coat, a pitch coat inside, like the wine ones. So Franca said that suggests a liquid and not a solid in the amphoras. So we started to do a statistical study of the content of the amphoras that at the beginning was so complicated for Gael, because there were a lot of pollution of the sea fauna in the wreck. Okay, octopus and other marine fauna were living around the amphoras, and that creates a big pollution to do an archaeological study, an ichthyofauna study. Okay, here you have a picture in the left of the trench that cross the wreck from one side to another. This trench nowadays length 22 meters. So the beam of this trench is longer and larger than many wrecks. Okay, just the trench. And in the central picture, you can see the cargo layers of the wreck in this area. So looking to the north, you are able to see the first layer. We label it like P1, a second one, P2, and P3 without any kind of doubt. 3 layers without any kind of doubt. What is happening here? This is something very, very confusing for us, because it's not that easy. In the area we have excavated, looks like there's another layer, a fourth one in the central area of the wreck. But also we have data of many ancient and historical fish net which hooked in the wreck. What that means that maybe what we are thinking in a fourth amphora layer could be the result of the dragging of the nets, you know? So we think that we are right on thinking on that fourth layer, but we have to take it with a lot of prudence. We have to wait to get more area open, and then we will be able to get that information correct. It's going to be the first archaeological wreck with 4 layers. This is the thing that is making me doubt, because Madrag de Gens, we are talking about 3 layers, and many other wrecks, big ones, we are talking about 3 layers of amphora. And this is in relationship with the strength of the amphora, as we are going to show you. Okay, here you are, the types of the amphora. Franca Civicchini draw in the missions in the Bou Ferrer, and this kind of abstract which talk about the Dressel 11, and how we have been stored these amphoras in the museum, because this is something that we are not used to. So we arrive to a museum and say, you knock the door, hello, I have 700 amphoras for you. It's not that easy, because you are going to block every single storage in the museum. So we have been thinking in the profile of the amphora and how they use the amphora and how they store the amphora. And then we decide to, after seeing many of them, which started to get little features when they are storage in a horizontal position, we decided to change it and put them in the museum, in the storage, in the original position. And what we found is that the preservation is better and better than not in a horizontal position. And also that helps in the space of the storage of the museum. Okay, talking about Gaël Piquet's work, we have been lucky, as I commented before, with some amphoras which had still preserved the operculum in original position. Okay, that doesn't mean that we have the content of the amphora. What that means is that the pollution is lower than in the other ones. So this is not an hermetic container. So this marine water and bacteria and other kind of marine life arrive to get into the amphora. But according to the statistical study Gaël Piquet is doing, that helped a lot to understand the content of the amphora. And of course, we have something close to a liquid sauce with really common scombrite fish like sardine. Okay, also mixed with some tuna, probably mixed with some tuna, red tuna pieces. And also, this is new, it's not published yet, it's going to appear in some weeks, as happened in the Formigas too, even with little quantity of grapes inside of the sauce. And that was proved by little seeds of grape. Okay, and about the amphoras and the profile they have and how we have been storing in the museum. Here I have to show you. It is an old 3D. It's not that good as we are able to do it now. It's 2007, but the information is still perfect from my point of view. First of all, I want to show you that when we have been excavating the cargo, we have a great quantity of amphoras tilted to one of the sides of the vessel. And what we discover is that the wreck was completely unvaried during a lot of time. So the calcaric concretions arrived to the amphoras, but not where the amphoras were in contact with the others. Okay, so the sediment, the dust arrived to the wreck. Probably the climate changes we had in previous centuries changed the marine environment, changed the Posidonia oceanica sea bottom of the Roman period to something like mud or dust sea bottom. And after our excavation, what we found was we arrived to get these amphoras with the calcaric compression and with 3 contour marks in the close to the neck of the amphora, and other 3 contact marks close to the bottom of the amphora. Okay, that suggests that the order or the storage in the whole of the vessel was playing like this, by 3. Okay, and also we discovered that using this order, the amphoras could not be in contact with. So the bellies cannot be in contact. Okay, it was necessary an order of with a gap of separation in every single one of them. Okay, so the distance between foot and foot is something close to 30 centimeters. So it is about 1 feet, Roman feet. Okay, so and what they did was use as dunnage all these wine suits trees. Okay, really common in Roman period to create a dunnage to start to place every single amphora of the first layer, which is in contact with the sailing, and in the hole they have between every single 3 amphoras, they stow the second layer. That creates a second layer which is following the same reticular idea, creating the place for another third layer to get above those one. Okay, so we have been modeling and putting this possible or probably 4th layer, which is not still we cannot conclude yet. The height of the cargo is something about 2 meters. This is really important to other calculations we have to do later, okay? And also we have been doing another calculation by cubic meter, okay? How many amphoras we are able to have in 1 cubic meter of the hold, and also with the point of view of 1 square meter of the sailing or the hull, how many kilograms are supporting. Okay, all those things are in relationship with the idea of the 3 layer or the 4th layer. Are the amphoras capable? Have they the strength to get 4 layers? Okay, excuse me for my English. I mean, is the first layer able to get the weight of the other 3 above it? That's the idea. So for the moment, as we commented before, only in other wrecks, big wrecks, only 3 layers has been documented. So we have to take that in consideration. Okay, but not only amphoras. As we arrived in our trench to the axis of the vessel, we discovered that there was 2 rows of lead ingots every single side of the keelson. As you can see here, okay, I'm using the mouse, okay, here, and this side has been removed. They have been removed, but you can see them here and here. So this is a complete different scenario. It is Christian Rico and also Claude Omel, but mostly Christian Rico. He is studying the ingots and the hypography, and we have a complete different scenario, as I'm going to show you. All the ingots, in difference with the amphoras, are marked with cold stamps, hammered after the ingot has been melted in the factory. Okay, with a repetition of mark, which are talking about Imperator Germanicus Augustus. So it is one emperor who has this title, which puts us in a chronology of Julius Claudius dynasty. Okay. As you know, this is not ballast. This is a common question. This is not ballast. The lead is not ballast in Roman period. It's a commerce product. Okay. The difference I would like to remark is that most of them have been marked by someone but I cannot find the word in English, but when someone is doing that repeat the action just in a single ingot. It's something like everyone have to know that this has been marked and this is a kind of proprietary or a kind of visa to not pay taxes in the harbor. We don't know yet, but of course, this is a clear stamp for the contemporaneous of the period.
Certification.
That's it. Thank you. It's a kind of certification, property certification. So one mark changed and help it to the understanding of the wreck, and is this one which I am marking. According to Christian Rico, this is the last part of the sentence which has been lost. We don't know why in the other examples we have in the Bou Ferrer since now. Okay, is Nero Caesar. That Imperator Germanicus Augustus Nero Caesar give us a help, a really good help to put the chronology of the wreck, because as I didn't comment it before, but this type of amphoras produced in the Vetic area close to the harbor of Cadiz, they have a clear chronology between the second half, normally the second half of the 1st century AD to the 70s, 80s, when the type start to change to Beltran to be type of amphora. So we knew that we had a gap, something close to the middle of the 1st century AD, but we didn't have the certification of that. So according to the interpretation of Christian Rico, that helped us a lot and give us a dynasty, an emperor, okay? In this case, Nero. But things went well too when we discovered 2 coins also in the 2017 excavation. There are two Andrew Pontius and Sestercius, not really well preserved, nothing special from the point of view of the numismatics, but for our research was absolutely incredible because they gave us a post-quem datation. And this post-quem datation are talking about the last years of a Nero reign or Nero period. So according to the coins, according to the epigraphy in the ingots, that talks about maybe or probably the last years of the period of Nero before he committed suicide, okay, in the 68. So a gap of 2 years, 3 years could be. Every one of you knows that archaeology is not that precise. Maybe we are wrong, and 2 years later in the excavation we are going to find anything that is going to change or put a little thing in our interpretation. But until now, according to the data we have, we think that talk about that is acceptable. Okay, and here you have a photogrammetry of the trends we have been working during these years. And okay, this is 22 meters. Okay, so with storage area for the excavation before taking them to the museum, storage area underwater, and here if you make a bit of effort, you are going to see the kill zone of the wreck. Okay, one side, another side. There's a broken area here. Here we have another piece of the side, a whale, and then no more wood preserved. And on the other side, which is starboard side, we have a gap with no presence of wood that was happening in Formigas too. So yeah, things were really, really similar. And after that, another big piece of the side of the vessel with something that could be close to the deck. Okay, I'm going to talk really, really fast. I'm not going to get deep in the shipbuilding. It's not the objective, the goal of the conference, but just only to tell you that for every single area of the wreck, we did a precise study, also taking samples, trying to understand things, not trying to understand, trying to get answer to questions we were doing to the wreck. So this scientific approach to the Bou Ferrer is not, we are not there to excavate and take amphoras. We are not there to have a very nice wood building. We arrived to the wreck with questions. As soon as the questions will end, the excavation will end too, okay? And we left for next generations, like reservation areas in the wreck to be studied in the future. So that's the approach, like in Formigues. It's not, we are not going to try to excavate a wreck which could have 3,000 amphoras or more of that, maybe more. We arrived with questions, and to the shipbuilding, we arrived with questions, and we were looking for the answer. Because of that, we cut and we take little slices of the keel, little slices of the garboards, of the keelzones, etc. Okay, you can see here, absolutely, it's a common standard surface construction of the period with the tenons, with the sides according to the period. Nothing to remark on that. The point is, okay. So the point is that we found that in the shipbuilding, do you remember I comment about the lead ingots? They were no ballast. What we found is that there was a precise profile for the keelzone, and with two sister stringers, bigger and wider and stronger than the others, to create a kind of channel to put the lead ingots. So as we know, they were not ballast. That is talking us about a vessel which was specialized in this route, Rome, Cadiz, Cadiz, Rome. And this vessel was, he has in the shipbuilding a place to stow the lead ingots. Different to Sud Perduto 2, for example. Sud Perduto 2, another wreck from a bit earlier, but same kind of commerce, where the lead ingots are stowed in a kind of pile and not in a specific place. In this case, in the Bou Ferrer, we found this specific place according to our point of view. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, this is one of the big and massive stringer, and here you can see the ingots absolutely blocked and locked with stones. Okay, you can see here the archaeological drawings. At the end of the presentation, we have the digital ones. Here I left these ones to make a tick to root, because she did the drawings. Then here they are. And also in one of these big stringer, we found, okay, can you see it? The knife cuts, okay, can you see them? And a kind of motif to put an extension, okay? That fit with another thing I'm going to show you in the cargo. Okay, the difference in the axis construction of the Bou Ferrer is the double galboard. Okay, something that is not that common. We have another parallel in Mallorca in another wreck, which is called Porto Cristo. The paper is going to appear in the International Journal very, very soon, of Nautical Archaeology, very, very soon. And according to what we saw in Porto Cristo, it is not a reparation. It was an on-purpose shipbuilding with a double galboard. We are in this phase of transition from wine line shape vessel to flat bottom vessels. Okay. In the case of Bou Ferrer, we have these double galboards. Okay, moving forward. Okay, also about the sailing, nothing special, but we pay attention to the rhythm of how they put even the nails. Okay, these little things can talk about different traditions to build the vessels. Okay, in Roman period, every one of the bricks could be similar to the others, but this is in the first view. As soon as you get deep into, you start to discover that there are many differences, and according and following the greatest, that is it is Patrice Pomey. Following him, we can start to create groups inside of the families, of the architectural families. We can start to create groups like signature families, a kind of fingerprint construction. Okay, I'm moving forwards. Okay, here you can see pictures of one of the team members taking the samples, as happens in many wrecks. Take a sample is not that easy when you have to do it and you don't want to damage anything in the wreck. So these cuts are complicated, always complicated. Okay, here you can see a piece that we have to study better because we are not able to understand it, because we have not, for the moment, another parallel, because looks like it is one of the sides of the vessel is something like could looks like a stringer, but it is not exactly a stringer because it has is a particular carpentry to get fixed to the frames, and also has a diagonal orientation. Okay, it's a piece that we will study as soon as we come back to the break. Okay, we can see it here. Is this piece? As I comment you, it's not exactly an stringer. It's nailed in horizontal ones with another piece to make it stronger. Okay, we don't know yet where it is. And here in the port side, we have the turn of the bill of the vessel is broken. Okay, black, broken, and as happened in the Formigues too. Since this point, all the amphoras were upside down. Okay, they fall from the cargo and they were with the foot in the upper position. And here we have the whale. The whale is massive. This is the inside part of the hull. And you can see here how it started. So in difference to other wrecks, the inner surface of the whale is not flat, it's also rounded. Okay, is a massive piece. Okay, I jumped. Okay, here you have the width and the thickness. So it is massive whale in the lower one in the Bou Ferrer wreck. Moving forward, I don't know if it's that jumping. Okay, and here in this area, I comment before, we are thinking that we are close to the deck. Why? Because in the side, which is in vertical, the vertical side of the piece, there are some nails which are not. We don't know if they are only helping to attach to the joint of the other plank, but we are sure that in this area we have no more tenor and mortises in this sector, in this segment. So we don't know yet. We have to continue the excavation and try to understand, because in this area the preservation of the wood is not that good and it's complicated to understand it. Other thing that is helping this hypothesis that we could be close to the deck is this series of wooden bright rings, okay, which were underneath this possible sea strake. Okay, that is talking about the sail of the vessel, that, as many of you know, all the riggings and all the sails sometimes goes under the hull. Okay, the sea sometimes do that. Put the things that were above, they put them underneath the hull. Okay, you can see here that this segment start to get another strakes at different pieces. I'm not able to understand them. Looks like strakes, but they are massive, and as you can see, they are very eroded by the Teredo. Then it is complicated for me to give a precise answer right now. Okay, about the frames. Um, Nothing special, but really special in the sense that we think that in this area we maybe could be close to the position of the mast. Maybe we cannot say that for sure because the upper face of the caisson is completely eroded, as you have seen in the previous in a previous image. So we are not able to, if we are going to find the mortise for the foot of the mast. But what we have just in this segment I'm showing you, it is not the classical rhythmic place of floor timbers, half frame, floor timber, half frame. All the series of the area is only floor timbers. That for some parallels in another way could suggest that. Okay, but we are not sure for the moment. Okay, about the technique to join the frames to the hull, it is technology that is common in many wrecks, which could be linked with Italy. Okay, where you can see the trenails and also playing with the blunt irons. Okay. They are making this display. Okay. When we were excavating in the trench, we found that, and at the beginning we started to think about looting, but I said this is so strange because it is a complete online looting. I mean, online or inline or making a line looting. It was something strange. So. We started to talk about that maybe a kind of beam on other carpentries, transversal carpentry could be here, and this is why in this area we have not amphoras. Okay, so just this place, it corresponds the positions with the little mortise I showed you before for one stanchion. So could be linked to that. Okay, and close to end this part of the steel building also appear close to the area where we are proposing. We are close to the deck. Appear a piece and underneath of shear strake which could be a deck knee. Okay, we recover the piece. It is a piece that could be linked to the frames too, because there are some transversal nails and carpentry. Okay, one of the arms is complete. The other one is absolutely eroded. Okay, this is not the original profile. You have to see it like a kind of angle, a complete knee. Okay, and I'm taking advice of the time. Okay, as I commented you before, we draw all the cross section of the steel building, and we try to get an idea of the beam of the vessel. Okay, because the dimensions look like very big. Okay, we are talking about tumulus, which is today 32 meters length by 22. So it's something really big. And we understood, of course, that the dimensions of the beam of this tumulus is because the broken of the hull. Okay. So what we did with the cross sections root row in the 2017 was try to give them, according to my point of view. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. This is according to my point of view. I try to give them a nice and a smooth arc, which the construction, the sulfur construction by mortise and tenos is allowed to give you. This technique doesn't allow you to have a very tight angles in the hull. Everything has to be smooth. And I was working with that, and I started to try to give a cross section according to my point of view. And after that, I put the model of the fourth layer amphoras, and I try to work with ratios. Okay, and the thing I started to see it is, first of all, this is big. This is big because even I was absolutely conservative on that. Okay, I was conservative and I arrived to 12 meters beam. Okay, and even playing with the height of the vessel, also in a conservative point of view, 1/3 to get the height of the vessel. We are talking about something really, really, really big, and this is something new for us. It's something I would like to work on the future. The first thing I notice is that there is a very, very big empty space in the hull, which makes no sense according to my point of view, according to my experience, and also according to this anthropological knowledge of the sea transport. No one vessel is going to sail with close to the half, more or less, of the whole empty. Only the Bou Ferrer is going to be maybe not. Okay, I passed this hypothesis. I was trying to play the mesos with Roman units and non-metrical units, and we found that we are close, or precisely in 40 Roman feet. That by 2.5 of ratio length beam is going to give us 29 and a half of length for the vessel. Okay, the point is I passed that very, very fast. Just to tell you that probably we are close to 310 more or less tons of transport. Okay, I don't know exactly the word in English. Maybe you know it. I'm talking about the cargo, not the complete vessel. So in any case,
deadweight tonnage. Okay,
deadweight tonnage. Thank you, Emmanuel. So this is putting the Bou Ferrer, according to the archaeology, in one of the biggest shipwrecks. According to the classical sources, just another one. I mean, it's nothing special in the antiquity. Okay, it's special for the archaeology, but not especially big in the antiquity. Okay. So, and we started to have a look to the classical sources, which talk about the products of the Vedic province, the Roman Vedic province, because of course we have the amphoras, and the archaeology has been paying attention to the amphoras, and we have been excavating the amphoras, and of course that is important. But for me, it's surprising that linked the first hypothesis that still have to be worked. I mean, they are not definitive. Okay, but we start to see that we have more room in the whole of the Bou Ferrer, and the classical sources are talking about mineral salt, are talking about wheat, are talking about beeswax, honey, peach, that they were absolutely incredible big exportation from the Vedic. But as I commented you before, we cannot do the question if we have not the info. I mean with that to start to putting question to the break, first we have to prepare. We have to the knowledge to do the question. After these reflections, in the next missions, we are going to take samples of every single part of the sediments, and we are going to try to know if there's any kind of remains of anything related with beeswax, honey, peach, wherever. We didn't know before because we did not have even the idea. And this is part of the archaeology. This is because I want to have reservation areas in the Bou Ferrer for the future, because we are not gods, and we have to be we have to give to the future areas to be excavated with new approaches. Okay, so the wool. So we are talking about products that for sure they are going to have a big volume, but not that big weight. So could be stored in the upper position of the amphoras, or even there are more carpentries in the vessel, which we didn't know it or we don't know it, that could be related with that. And what about the road? So I'm close to the end of the presentation. What about the road? So as I commented you before, here it is the Bou Ferrer. We are in the province of Alicante, in Valencia region. It is an area very, very well connected with Ibiza Island and with the Balearic Islands in general. The currents, the winds, it is absolutely easy, okay? Not that easy to go to the north by this way of the peninsula, Iberian Peninsula, but could be possible that one is possible. So we found here the Bou Ferrer, absolutely non-typical wreck in our area. All wrecks we have from the period are talking about small ones. I mean, with the small ones, 10 meters length, 15 meters length, but no more. No one of them could be considered like a big ship. Okay, even they are doing transfer with Vatican products. So if I have to propose a route for the Bou Ferrer, of course, I will propose something that is going to go doing big segments in the Mediterranean, but not following a road close to the shore. Big segments, I mean with that, okay, you are going close to the Balearic Islands, you do the reposition of the wreck in your space, and then you are going to hit to Sardinia Island. Okay, you can go to Bonifacio, maybe you can take the south route, okay, to go to Naples, Rome, I don't know. There's another route, is absolutely, from the point of view of the archaeology, is absolutely unknown because there are no works in the area. So for sure there was something close using a segment to Carthago, but we have no information yet. So the idea is, if we are proposing this route, one of those, I don't know, maybe to Bonifacio, maybe to Sardinia, why the Bou Ferrer is here? For sure, Bou Ferrer is following a costier route, a cabotage route. Okay, when you pay attention to the classical sources, they talk about something really, really common for us in our region. It is that the Euro winds, very, very, very strong, that they causing that the trip to link Spain to Italy, it costs you 3 months of sailing. Why? Because these winds, they are called levantes for us. This is winds of the second quadrant, and when they start, of course, you can do anything. Okay, you have to think in a vessel that arrive to this kind of a tempest with these winds. What you can do is just take 180 degrees and leave the winds in the sterns and following the direction, trying to see where are you going. Okay, and in this case, just to the Spanish shore. And this is something which happens nowadays. It's not the first time that someone sailing in the Balearic Island with a tempest arrived to Benidorm, which is a city very, very close to the Bou Ferrer. It's something common. And we propose that maybe, always with this conservative idea of the archaeology, maybe that could happen to the Bou Ferrer. In his trip to Italy, found an area with tempests, with maybe Euro winds that make them to change the direction, and they head to the Iberian Peninsula. Probably, if you are going to be in this dangerous situation, if you are going to arrive to the shore, maybe a well-known shore that no one with no knowledge. I mean, in this area is absolutely plenty of Roman settlements, absolutely plenty, because it is in the road which connect with the Balearic Islands. And just to finish, just to say about the sources, they are talking about a private commerce, not Anona and not state commerce. They are talking about something absolutely private. But with the lead ingots, they are talking about something absolutely regulated by the state. So maybe we have a dual commerce in the Bou Ferrer. The mine trade is something private, but part of the lead production, which belongs to the emperor, could be shared in several vessels to go to Rome. Okay, and what about why we have been talking always Rome, Cadiz, Cadiz, Rome? Because we have been excavating in the Stern area in the last missions. And here we have a complete different scenario, absolutely different. We are in a kind of maybe kitchen, for sure is the storage of the vessel. In this podelatium from Nero period produced in Ostia, we found this key from a very big vertical system in the door. So complete different scenario. This is the life of the sailors. We have olive oil from Baetic in Dressel 20 Parva model. Parva model are those that are small, really, really small, and that a single vessel can move it. This is something about 25 kilograms. A standard Dressel 20 is close to 100 kilograms. So smaller ones called Parva. And after that, two markets, Cadix and Ostia. All elements we have found up till now are talking about that, two markets. That suggests us, according to the rest of the info I've been explaining to you, that this vessel was a vessel specialized in this commerce route. Rome, Cadix, Cadix, Rome. And that's all. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation, and my English has been understandable. Being changing languages is not that easy for me. Italian, English, French, it's complicated, but I think that my English is really, really easy. And I would like to think that every one of you have understand the presentation. Thank you very much.